Hi, I'm glad you could join me today. Today we're going to make gluten-free banana muffins. It's not a complicated recipe, it's quite calorie reduced, and they're delicious when they're done. I'm going to explain the ingredients to you, then we're going to start making the muffins, and if you're really lucky, when we're done, we'll get to enjoy them. In this bowl I have my 1.25 cups of gluten-free flour with xanthan gum, and the xanthan gum is really important because that's the glue that sticks your muffins together. So if you buy the flour at the department store, you can buy the health food store, any place like that, make sure that it has xanthan gum in it. If it doesn't, then you need to buy it and add 3/4 teaspoon for every 1 cup of flour that you use. But if it already has it in there, you don't need it. This has 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This has 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is 1/2 cup of sugar. I find bananas are quite sweet, so I reduce the sugar content for the recipe. This is 2 very ripe bananas. They're nice and sweet tasting. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 cup of oil, and 1 egg. And that's all the ingredients that are in this recipe. First thing we're going to do is take a fork and we're going to mash up the bananas. You need them to be nice and mushy. You can use a potato masher or a fork, or you can break them up, or however you want to do it. Try to keep it simple. Then I'm going to pour the sugar in with the bananas. I'm just going to make it kind of liquidy. It changes the consistency of the banana. You would think that it would dry it up, but it doesn't seem to. And I just use the fork to stir that around so you can see the change in the consistency of the banana. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add the oil to this mixture. And then I'm going to add the vanilla. Then I'm going to beat the egg a little bit, pour it in there as well. I'm going to take the trusty wooden spoon and I'm going to incorporate these together. Then we'll sift our flour, add it to our flour, and then put them in the muffin tins. It's a relatively simple recipe. It's quite tasty and easy to do. Good way to use up your rotten bananas. In our house it's not often that there's a rotten banana, but occasionally there is. I often have to buy them already overripe and get them in the freezer as soon as I get home out of the peel so that no one will eat them on me. There we go. Now we're going to throw in the baking soda on top of the gluten-free flour and our salt, and then I'm just going to shake it all into this larger bowl. And the reason I do that, it puts a little more air in the flour and makes it easier to combine the liquids. This is about the only thing that you really need to purchase if you're going to do any gluten-free baking often with the gluten-free flours. Just pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and just stir it around. You don't want to overmix it, but you do want to make sure that all the liquid and dry ingredients are mixed together. You don't want to see big lumps of gluten-free flour in the middle of your muffin. Now at this point, if you like chocolate chips, raisins, nuts, anything like that, you can add these, coconut, whatever you like. I just keep them simple. I find that that's all you need to do. And they'll just be delicious. There, and that's all there is for the mixing. So that's what the consistency is. It's a little runny, but it's quite nice. Now I'm going to put it into the muffin tins and then we'll put them in the oven. Okay, now we're going to put the muffins into the muffin tins. Now I use a tablespoon to do this, or 2 tablespoons. Always wash your hands at the beginning in case you need to use your finger because you've forgotten a spoon. I usually fill these cups about half full. Unlike the fancy muffins that you see at the bake shops all around town that are 2 feet out of the top of the muffin paper, these ones won't rise too high, but you don't want them to either because with gluten-free baking there's not the elasticity that there is with regular flour. So you don't want to end up with muffins that are half cooked or raw in the middle. So we have to do it this way. Make smaller amounts, smaller muffins. Whoops, and every once in a while you make a little mistake like that. That's how you know they're homemade. These are all different. I'm going to take my little spoon out of there. I'm going to grab the rest of this dough scrape it off, make the squeaky noise. Scrape out the rest of this muffin mix. I don't want to waste any of it. There we go. I'm going to add a little more to this one. And let's see, this little guy could use a bit more, and this fella can have some too. That's it. Now, we're going to put those in the oven at 375, and we're going to put them in there for 20 minutes, and when they come out, we're going to have delicious, hot, gluten-free banana muffins. If you'd like to make these, but you can't find the flour, you can send me a comment and I'll give you a recipe for a perfectly adequate gluten-free flour that you can make yourself. Or you can ask for a suggestion of something you'd like me to make. These are our muffins. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy your muffins.